It's a beautiful night in California's capital as two teams are in a fight for the postseason, meeting here at Papa Murphy's Park. It's the energy of Oklahoma City, the Republic of Sacramento, and it's brought to you by UC Davis Health. We hope you're enjoying your Saturday evening alongside Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister. Well, Kevin, the playoff picture is beginning to take shape, and the race for the final 5 spots in the Western Conference is officially on. Oklahoma City on the bubble, 37 points, and may need some outside help to get in. As Energy play just 4 more matches, points to premium for the Greens. Sacramento likely to get in for the 4th consecutive season, but there's still work to do. Republic need 10 points in their last 6 matches to secure a berth. Kevin, what does Sacramento need to do to get a chance at a home playoff match?
Well, Rob, you mentioned they're going to need a lot of help here tonight and can't slip up at all in the final 6 games of the season. And in order for them to not slip up in these games, they're going to need the triangle, Bijev, Espino, and Ochoa, to rely on them to continue what they did last week with 2 goals and 1 assist between the 3 of them. You see how quickly the ball moves between the 3 of them up in that final third. They're going to need to continue that into this playoff run in order for Sacramento to have success and hopefully get themselves as high a seed as possible.
Well, let's see if they can replicate that again here tonight. Let's take a look at our Consolidated Communications matchup tonight. We begin with Jose Angulo, USL MVP in 2013, leads Energy this year with 8 USL goals.
I say this every week when Republic face a good striker like Angulo. Sacramento needs to identify him early in the match, know where he is. If you lose track of this guy, he could definitely hurt you. He's a player that's really good at 1v1 and scores a lot of goals, 8 goals this season already, so someone Sacramento needs to identify.
And let's take a look now at Sammy Ochoa, 5 goals and a surprising 6 assists, which does lead the Republic.
Turn provider, but one of these guys that's been on the outside looking in as of the last month. Someone I think is going to be a foundational type player going forward into the playoffs, and it's going to be a big part of this playoff push.
It should be a fun one. OKC fighting for their lives to stay in the playoff picture. Sacramento, can they earn a top 4 spot? It's all coming up next here. We'll have your starting lineups right here on the CW 31.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice, restore sight to those who otherwise would not see, empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
You each drive a Ford pickup, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you a next generation pickup.
Awesome. Let's do this.
The bed is made of high-strength steel, which is less susceptible to punctures than aluminum.
The stronger, the better.
And best of all, this new truck is actually
Oh, my.
the current Chevy Silverado.
Current Chevy owners and lessees get a total value of $10,600 or 0% financing for 72 months on this Silverado All-Star. See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
Papa Murphy's law of the F word. No, this F word. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us every day. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your bingo. Tonight, home bake a large gourmet delight Tuscan chicken and sausage with fresh spinach, Roma tomatoes, olive oil, and garlic on a crispy, thin crust. Just $10. Papa Murphy's.
Días de lo bueno. Bethany, ¿por qué estás aquí?
He regresado.
Te dije que nunca volvieras.
Sí, pero he regresado.
What's going on here? Bethany Ken always wanted to be in a telenovela, but they don't speak Spanish.
So we have to interpret for them when Good Day is over.
That's kind of weird.
Watch Good Day in Spanish using the SAP function on your TV.
Que nunca volvieras.
Sí, pero he regresado.
OKC 37 points on the year. They're currently in 8th place. Sacramento with 42. They're right in the thick of things as well in the Western Conference. Let's take a look at our U.S. Bank starting 11, and we begin with the Energy from Oklahoma City. And C.J. Cochran getting the start after Cody Lorendi went down with an injury on Wednesday against Reno. Coach Jimmy Nielsen, however, says he's been pleased with Cochran's last 3 appearances. Says he doesn't believe there'll be a drop-off at all.
Yeah, another guy here, Mickey Daly, a familiar face for Sacramento Republic fans, coming back in tonight, getting the start.
And for Sacramento, let's take a look. Couple of changes called. Buckle going back that 4 diamond 2. There's been so successful for this club. He says it's allowed them to be more creative. Matt Wiesenfarth back in the lineup after being sick last week.
Yeah, and don't forget about James Kiffey and Emer Clementa. James Kiffey on the left, just an undervalued, great left back here for Sacramento. Let's see him get up the flank. I think he's going to be instrumental tonight.
OKC is coached by Jimmy Nielsen, the longest tenured coach in the USL Western Conference. 42, 38, and 23 with OKC during that tenure, hoping to get this club back into the playoffs where they were the 7th seed a year ago. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, once again, it's Paul Buckle who's got this team playing well in September. Overall, all-time, Sacramento is 9-3-4 in one of the final months of the season. Kevin, a lot on the line here tonight for both these clubs. OKC pretty much has to have 3 points here tonight with just 4 games left to play. Sacramento, a big 3 here tonight would give them a boost and get them right there in the thick of things.
Yeah, I mean, really pretty dangerous position here for Oklahoma coming in here. A must-win, make-or-break sort of game for these guys to come into Sacramento, so it's going to be a tough battle for the Republic, and obviously they need to continue with a good run of form and get points. So it's going to be an exciting match where I think all chips are going to be pushed all in.
It could be wide open, fun one here tonight. Vincent Apple-Chiarella, the referee here tonight. Republic in red, they'll head to the south. It is the Energy in white. They'll head to the north end of the field. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait and Rob McAllister, we thank you for tuning in to the CW31 for this playoff matchup hunt between these two teams. Both have their eyes set on that final 8 in the Western Conference. 3 teams have punched their ticket already in here tonight. You look at Real Monarchs, San Antonio and Reno all ready to go, but there's still 5 spots that are unaccounted for. Who will be those final 5 in this final 8? It will be the Energy to kick things off here to begin what could be the final 2 weeks for these clubs, an opportunity to find themselves in that final 8. We get things going quickly. Republic starting a little bit better, as last week it was 10 seconds and Ethan Zubak scoring the USL fastest goal on the league history. And what a blemish it was to start the game, but Sacramento able to thwart things here. OKC moving forward, defense tracking back as Emer Clementa with the captain's armband tonight. Get things going for Sacramento. And with a chance here, let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match, Kevin.
Yeah, keys to the match here. First and foremost, defend first. You got this little playoff run right now. You got to be as solid as you can in the back. Good ball over the top here.
Alex Dixon, who's been a bright spot for OKC. A great chance and another easy goal for OKC, and the visiting team has struck first for the 3rd straight match. They have been gone down a goal in the first couple of minutes in the game, and that time OKC gets in the board with about 50 seconds on the clock. Kevin, it's merely unbelievable that it's happened again.
Yeah, unreal at this point in the stage. I mean, that should have been something. Focus on Sacramento early after that result last week with the early goal, and a great little ball over the top. Caught Sacramento sleeping a little bit. James Kiffey a little high. Chris Christian's not covering, and a simple ball rolled across the front of the box. And some poor defensive play there by Sacramento's back 4 allows OKC to just slide in there and get an easy tap-in goal in the first minute. Sacramento, we talk about this all the time, need to do better in the first 5 minutes of the half of games, and for that matter, not concede. 2 weeks in a row, same thing.
Juan Pablo Guzman with his first goal on the year for the OKC Energy, and they lead by a goal here early on the road. Sammy Ochoa looking to turn the corner. Paul Buckle telling us yesterday that this team has just had some mental lapses, and this is a problem that they have obviously not been able to correct here. The good news, this team does seem to fight back and not get too down on themselves, and it is official. It is Jose Angulo, his 9th USL goal on the year, 5th with the Energy.
I'll tell you what, he's not going to find much easier one there as well. Just right place at the right time, the striker Angulo right there. Does a good job, and you're right, I think we've seen the character for Sacramento, Rob, and they've been able to fight back from these losses. We talked about it last week in the same situation, obviously, where the good thing is there's 90 minutes to make this up. But the bad thing is you got a big hill, and you find yourself in a pretty big hole here.
How many times can you go down, Kevin, and you're going to find yourself in the playoffs or deep in this regular season here? You're not going to be able to make a comeback. Teams might sit back and park it. Let's see what OKC does here tonight, but great chance for OKC. Jeremy Hall looking to switch. Deflected off OKC. Angulo applying pressure on that back line tonight. Now, OKC, and you look at it, they came out, had an opportunity to make something happen. They did. They've obviously watched some video here and seen that Republic mentally not as sharp in those first couple of minutes of the match.
And you know, really, you look at that first play OKC had. They brought the ball back to the midfielder. To Juan Guzman, does the same thing we saw last week, just lofts it into that side, Christian's side. Sacramento deals with it, that initial ball, but clearly they saw some tape and some film and thought, let's give it a try.
Here's a chance now for Sacramento. Clementa chasing near the end line. Clementa sending a low cross in. Good look for Sacramento. And it will remain in play in OKC. Injury report tonight. It's Cody Lorendi, Cody Andrews out for OKC, both injured in a collision against Reno on Wednesday, in which they lost 3-0. Sacramento still out, of Moffitt out, Danny Barrera still out, and also you look at Hayden Partain's out, and Wilson Nishaw is out. It's been a tough go for Sacramento on injuries as well. Matt Wiesenfarth giving chase. Mickey Daly, the former Republic player, can't keep his head up, and it's going to be the first corner kick for Sacramento tonight, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
That's what Wiesenfarth really has brought into this match to do. We talked to Paul Buckle earlier in the week. He needs to be the one that's going to provide some depth and be able to run in behind the back four of the opposition, and that's really why he was brought in. And look at what OKC's doing here defensively here. They've got 3 guys they're leaving up top, looking to probably spring a counterattack. Really interesting play here by Jimmy Nielsen.
Kiffy's ball sent in, back post, looking for Christian, babbles around. Christian still at his feet into the area, poked it away, and look, it's OKC hoping to break free. Coming down with it. Gonzalez pushing forward, looking for Alex Dixon. He's been fantastic this year. He's just outside, little back heel, punched away. It's Jeremy Hall who's shielding for a moment as Gonzalez runs into the back of number 22. And they'll move it forward and look to go the other way, but OKC has come out very aggressive, and they're looking to spring. They're not happy with 1 goal. They're going for 2 there, and Alex Dixon was looking for number 8.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're setting up, Sacramento setting up for the corner kick. Really interesting stuff here. If you're thinking about the tactics of the game here, you see Jimmy Nielsen. I look down here, he's yelling at his team, and I'm thinking, what's he yelling at? He's telling his guys, we want 3 up top, send another guy. So it forces Sacramento to pull probably another player or 2. You always want to have that extra man back there, and you saw it almost worked in their favor with springing a counterattack. Alex Dixon, unfortunately for him, he's running against Tyler Blackwood, who's got pace for days. But interesting little strategy there by Nielsen, and see how that affects and see if Paul Buckle and the Republic can figure this out early. Otherwise, it could be trouble.
It's a 28-year-old from Brooklyn, Anthony Wallace, over this one. Played from Jacksonville a season ago in ASL, signed in the offseason. Ball sent high, far. Fink is in the area, and it's Jakubek who lets it go, and it tags the back banner.
And that needs to be a little bit better as well right there. You got Emra Clementa right there, committing himself, trying to go up, misjudges the flight of the ball, ends up bouncing towards the 6-yard box. You never want to have that happen in your own 6. Ball bouncing on the ground.
Stay up to date. Latest USL news and information. Coast to coast, Mike Watts, Monday, 4 o'clock Pacific, Channel 85, Sirius XM Radio, USOsoccer.com for more details. Kiffy looking for Wiesenfarth along that left side. Gets past Daly, gets in behind the defense. Who's coming with them? Ochoa was there for a moment. Sacramento trying to settle things down.
Yeah, Wiesenfarth causing a little bit of fits for Mickey Daly back there. Has been twice been able to get in behind him and make things difficult for him. Paul
Buckle going to that 4 diamond 2, putting Wiesenfarth in, says this is where they had a little bit of issues against Los Dos, in which they've won 2-1, but they weren't able to get behind. This allows that triangle to work with Bijev, Ochoa, Espino, and now Wiesenfarth with an added offensive weapon.
Yeah, so here's the situation, and Paul, they're trying to sort it out, and they haven't sorted it out yet. There's only 3-on-3 in the back. I'm talking about Sac Republic's defense right now. You need to have another man, in my opinion. You got to bring somebody back.
Wardy to a short corner, lofted high, nobody there. Looking for Bijev. Down to Blackwood now. Blackwood looking to make a move in the box, cuts it to his left. He's on his left foot now. And Oklahoma City again looking to spring forward. Jeremy Hall cutting it off just in time. Over for Bijev. Bijev, who came over from the Timbers too, on loan just a few weeks ago, dinks it over the top. OKC able to clear it again.
I need Espino on the ball as much as possible. That's a good ball in by Bijev. I think it's the right choice. The runs just weren't there. You'd like to have someone in the back post crashing. And Kiffy was the only one back there. It's kind of hard, a hard ask to have your left back crashing on that back post. But still, I like that ball in by Bijev. It's the right decision.
Another first-minute goal for OKC as they score in the first 50 seconds here after a week where Ethan Zubak scored in the first 10 seconds of play, and just a bad ball from Jeremy Hull. And so Sacramento finds themselves yet down again. Now they've been able to come back the last 2 matches and pick up 2-1 victories, but it's got to be concerning for Paul Buckle and his staff. This late in the season, you're continue to make mental mistakes that you thought you've corrected throughout the week.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's also thinking about here's a good chance to break as well.
Jose Angulo, the 29-year-old from Colombia, raised on the East Coast. Moving forward to the right. Here he goes, a good chance for OKC. Again, another shot on goal, and they make it 2-0. And it's Jonathan Brown who's making his 2nd consecutive start, and he has been fantastic the last 2 games. And now that's 2-0. OKC fighting for the life of the playoffs has now had a big lead here on the Republic on the road.
Yeah, it's a good little delayed run. The ball kind of gets a little pinball around midfield. Finds Jose Angulo's feet and does a great job, penetrates into Sacramento's back 4, commits a defender, finds the overlapping run by Jonathan Brown. Brown takes the touch, looks up, slots it in the far post. Nothing Dom Jakubek could do right there. But still, Sacramento need to be better. We got 3-on-4 coming down here. Need to be better to slow things down and keep the ball, as now you have an Everest-sized mountain to climb here to get out of this deficit. Essentially, here we are in the playoff run. This is a must-win game for Sacramento if they want to continue this momentum.
One team came out with a lot of ambition, a lot of focus. The other one came out like it's a pickup game on a Saturday evening. The Republic here at home, not using the home crowd to their advantage, trailed by 2 goals. Angulo and Jonathan Brown have made this 2-0 less than 10 minutes into this one.
Tell you what, Angulo does a great job. Commits the defender, nice weighted pass. Goal and assist for him in the first 10 minutes of this match is a pretty good stat line.
And a high touch from Jonathan Brown again. Jonathan Brown recently in the Bangladesh League, 4 goals, 4 assists. Got a start on Wednesday against Reno, which they fell 3-0. Lindo Mafeka with a hat trick for the 1868. And just a game that they'd like to forget. Well, no hangover from that one at all for OKC. They look like the team energized, ready to go. Sacramento can't seem to get on the same page, and they're paying for it here in the attacking third.
Can't panic now. You got to start thinking. You got to play simple. So you don't want to see Sacramento panic. Stick to the game plan. But clearly you need to button some things up right now.
OKC Energy, 37 points on the year. Now they're looking for more. Jonathan Brown turning, looking for a shot. Deflected off of Kiffey. Brown back at it just outside the area. To the top to Baril. Fink will dribble in just outside the area. Alex Dixon. Can Sacramento spring something on their own? The man they get it to is Tyler Blackwood, who's as good as ever out in open space. The Republic just not on the same page tonight, Kevin. They're paying dearly. OKC struggled away. 2-9-4 on the year. They're 8-2-3 at home. They've never won here at Papa Murphy's Park, but they're in good position now, up 2-0. 0-3. The all-time series is 4-4. Ball sent in hard, looking for Ochoa. Gets the second ball, chance for Blackwood. OKC's shape has been really good in the back too, Kevin.
Yeah, and right there, I mean, this is where you want Blackwood out wider. You don't want him in the middle of the park, the ball at his feet in the final third. You want him in open spaces, in my opinion. You want to get Espino, Ochoa, and Bijev on the ball in the situations where I think they just make better decisions and they're quicker.
Dixon in the middle. Quick touch, finding Angulo. Moment for Kiffey. The left back recently named one of the top 5 USL defenders. But his team struggling mightily as he tracks back for this one. Tackle is made hard. And it's going to be Jonathan Brown slow to get up. And it's going to be a good free kick for OKC here in another position, Kevin, to possibly find themselves another goal.
Yeah, Kiffey just a little bit delayed here coming in. You see he fully commits himself. And Jonathan Brown's just a little bit quicker getting to the ball. Does a good job, kind of gets his body in between the ball and the man. Like to see Kiffey probably work his feet a little bit better there rather than dive in and fully commit, because you're conceding in a position here that's difficult to deal with defensively.
It's merely silent here at Papa Murphy's Park as this crowd is completely stunned as what has happened here in the first 13 minutes of play. 2 goals, Angulo and Jonathan Brown for the Energy. Left-footed drop, sent in, chance for Fink. And Sam Fink, the Wake Forest product, allows it to go away. So how about Dominic Jakubek getting the 3rd consecutive start? Talked to Paul Buckle and said, why go with the 37-year-old? And he said, well, I felt it was fair to both. Newton had gotten a lot of minutes. There was no necessarily change because of play performance. And Jakubek, who's allowed back-to-back games with 1 goal, now has allowed 2 here tonight. Moving forward, that's going to be an easy offside call in Wiesenfarth. So what worked last week, Kevin, that's not working here tonight? Espino, we've seen 2 touches so far tonight. That's not good news if we're almost 15 minutes in.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think those guys need the triangle. It's a good little flick right there.
Chance again. Miguel Gonzalez is deadly. Had the game winner 1-0 against Sacramento earlier this year. Another shot, tags the post, and it's Jonathan Brown who nearly made it 3-0.
Jonathan Brown hits it hard with his laces there towards the near post. Goalkeepers in that situation are probably leaning to their right to the far post. As you see, just absolutely tags that near post of Dominic Jakubek. A great strike there by Jonathan Brown.
The collision with Daly and Wiesenfarth, and Daly with that bleach blonde hair able to get it back to C.J. Cochran.
Sacramento right now lucky not to be down 3, Rob. I mean, a big wake-up call needs to happen with these guys.
Okay.
Otherwise, it could be a couple goals coming in this first half.
Alex Dixon moving forward. Angulo now to the left. The 29-year-old Colombian with the left foot takes a deflection off. Christian clears it away just in time. Looked like Dominic Jakubek may have had it anyway, but another good strike, and that's the 4th one tonight from OKC. They've gotten 2 goals out of it. And now the first Chick-fil-A corner kick.
OKC looks really, really good going forward. Overmatched kind of everywhere in the field, especially going forward. It's either, man for man, if not a man advantage on these breaks.
It'll be a throw, excuse me. So here's the throw from Wheeler. Ball sent in deep into the box. A chance for OKC again. Down at their feet, a left-handed shot. Nearly made it 3 again.
Once again, Sacramento fortunate that doesn't find the back of the net. No way that ball should be hitting the ground. Great little take there by Angulo. Does a good job, brings it down, brings it back away from goal. That's a tough ball to hit on target as you're leaning away from goal, falling away. But a good strike right there actually by Angulo. And once again, Sacramento lucky not to have conceded again.
5 really good looks for OKC here tonight already. Just 16 minutes in. Trouble brewing in the Republic as they just don't seem as sharp as we've expected them to this point. A little pressure continuing. A team that doesn't handle pressure well as being the aggressor here tonight. Nothing to lose. They're going all in. Sacramento seems to play timid. Well, join us on Wednesday. Sacramento taking on the Real Monarchs of Salt Lake City as the push for the playoff continues. 7:30 is the kickoff. There's a Farm to Fork Night special, $10 20-ounce craft brews, and many more options. SacRepublicFC.com for tickets. Here's Bijev. Has 2 goals with the Republic this year, 9 on the season. The counter has worked well for this Energy side. Showing a little bit of trouble, and it'll be a throw for the Energy.
And really, it looks like right now, kind of the days of old.
And it's changed. It'll go to the Republic.
The days of old on the school textbook 101 on how to beat Sacramento. Sit back, sit back, sit back, counter. And you see there's a bit of that modified here. That's what I'm seeing in the first 20 minutes.
Little space, Clementa, good-looking cross in. C.J. Cochran able to play it well. So Cochran, who allowed 3 goals on the season, 2 coming on Wednesday, stepped in for Cody Lorendi on the injury in the collision with Cody Andrews, their center back. And now the Alpharetta, Georgia native, getting a good opportunity here, and he's got a cushion to work with.
So what I'm saying, it looks like it's a bit of a hybrid of that style that we've seen in the past of how teams were successful coming in here. What you're seeing right now is they are looking for that counterattack. However, it looks like they're overloading the top. Their front players, they're staying 2, 3, 4 players up top, making Sacramento deal with a mismatch of players. And Jimmy Nielsen, I mean, this is not your typical strategy, your typical textbook stuff here of your 4-4-2 coming in here and trying to sit back and go. I mean, it looks like he's put some thought into it, and so far has had some pretty good success in the first 20 minutes with what he's doing by overloading his front third.
If you were to look after 15 minutes, who's the team who played on Wednesday, you probably wouldn't think it's the OKC Energy.
Right.
Wiesenfarth, little push from behind. Chiarella keeps it in his mouth.
Good tackle there by Fink.
Jonathan Brown able to get it away.
But this is where I mean, if you're the Republic staff, I think you need to start thinking about ways to adjust this, because right now, I mean, Sacramento could theoretically or easily be down 4 goals right now.
Here's the center back, Hall. He's going to move up. Now he's going to come to the attacking third. Now a little bit of a mismatch, and Guzman's going to look up ahead. Angulo striking first, 50 seconds in. Jonathan Brown, not too much later, and it's 2-0 OKC. Nike is the official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. Sacramento dropping into 7th currently as Tulsa winning tonight. Phoenix and Tulsa tied with 43 points. Sacramento has 42. Right behind them, OKC with 37. Sacramento with 2 home matches after this. And again, behind the defense, here comes Angulo. Jose Angulo near the end line. Chips it in. A chance for OKC. A follow-up from Brown, and it's nearly 3-0. It's saved by Dominic Jakubek. Again, the Republic escape without harm. But it's not over yet. Guzman moving forward. Alex Dixon, bit of a surprise here for this OKC team this year. Too far and wide for Jonathan Brown.
Tell you what, Sacramento really, really lucky right now. Manuel Gonzalez looks like he's got a good opportunity at it as it first comes through. And Sacramento, like you said, I mean, this is a 5th legit chance, the fifth full chance that OKC has had. And on the back post, Jonathan Brown trailing again, unlucky not to get a second. A good little save there by Dominic Jakubek to keep this thing only at a 2-goal deficit.
OKC has been plagued by injuries all year long, and talking to Jimmy Nielsen, he said the biggest problem is their consistency. They haven't had it all year long. The best spell came in August when they went 5 matches without a loss. Most of their players healthy, but again, they've been dealing with injuries and 2 of their key back line members there, but that's not the problem here tonight. The flag goes up, offside call, it'll be whistled dead.
Oh man, I don't know about that one. I think Sacramento's lucky again, but still, I mean, more signs of concern right there with how easy it is for these Angulo, Brown, Dixon, and Gonzalez to get in behind Sacramento's back 4. And so far, I mean, they've just been dicing Sacramento's back line in 20 minutes of play.
Jose Angulo, a big pickup for this OKC team, transferred from St. Louis. Had 4 goals on the year when he was traded for Daniel Jackson. Key member last year with 4 goals, but here's a player who had 15 goals. Won the Golden Boot with a guy named Dom Dwyer, now of course with the U.S. men's national team. Pittsburgh at the time. MVP of that season as well, and here he is having a great year, has 9 goals, 5 with OKC, and he has been a big part to their surge here in the late part of the year. To switch is Hall. Fink with a nice recovery, and it'll play out of bounds. Sacramento has conceded 34 goals now on the season, a 1.4 goals against average. And that has trickled up, Kevin. The days of shutouts have quickly disappeared for this club. What has happened defensively?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of turnover, a lot of change.
A little quick touches here, and it falls apart. Baril at his feet, moving forward again. Look to chase it as Miguel Gonzalez. And it's Christian showing his strength up top and pushes him off the line.
Yeah, we talk about change in that back line. Even tonight, you have Jeremy Hall moved back into that center back role. Emmer Clemente moved out to the right back position. Augustine Caceres holding in the midfield. But not much consistency back there this season.
A little step through, Bijev. And a foul is called as quickly to get up as Jose Barril.
Yeah, great job by Barril right there.
USL, one of the most prominent divisions in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent. Stay up to date. Latest league news, USLsoccer.com, at USL on Twitter. And I think about a guy like Jose Barril and who he's the famed Real Madrid Academy player before coming here to OKC. Played a bit with Harrisburg City Islanders. Made 77 appearances in the USL before coming to the Energy. Has dealt with some injuries of his own. Getting the start here tonight. Wiesenfart just looking to go behind that line, and it's Daly who steps up. Mickey Daly, such an important part of that 2014 championship team for Sacramento, trying to beat his old club. Christian whiffs on it. Angulo with a good chance. He's able to settle it inside the area. Kiffy gets back. Dixon there.
Tell you what a wonderful ball right there by Jose Barril.
Here's Bijev, looking to squeak it through. And Anthony Wallace coming all the way to the other side, able to make the play. Wiesenfart, here's Espino. That's been the problem early on. He has not been able to touch the ball much. Quick tap, Ochoa to a Bijev. Bijev's with a strike, and Bijev has it saved.
Triangle, there it is right there. I mean, that's what we need Sacramento to do. Ball starts with Espino, over to Ochoa. Nice little layoff to Bijev. Bijev touch shot to the near post, and a good strike by Bijev, finally testing Cochran in that goal box.
And you know, for Sacramento, all it takes is one, Kevin, and everything turns around for this club. The one thing Paul Buckle said is even when they do go down a goal, they don't seem to panic. It's almost like nothing happens at all. And that's a one, I guess, trait for this club. If they're going to go down goals, at least they're not panicking. Can they come back from a 2-0 deficit? Here's James Kiffey with a strong strike in. It's in the area just outside the 6. OKC able to clear it away. And Hall will try to keep it in play for the Republic. OKC able to recover. And James Kiffey doing what he does best. Clementa along the touchline, no whistle blown. Espino calling for it.
It's a great job by Kiffey, tracking back. I still have concerns on those set pieces, those corner kicks in particular. 3-on-3 in the back. You got, in my opinion, you got to overload it and carry one more.
Kiffey, 76% of the time successful on his tackles. Ochoa bumped off his line. And a foul of frustration comes out. And the crowd doesn't like it. A collective groan coming from the stands below us. As Juan Pablo Guzman slow to get up. Guzman making his 20th appearance on the year for OKC. USL vet who has spent numerous years playing Charlotte, Louisville. Played even a year in Colombia, 2016, signed in the offseason. 140 appearances professionally. He has been a key member to this club's success here in 2017. The guy Jimmy Nielsen relies on to keep the team calm when things aren't going as well. They're going well here tonight. They lead by 2 goals, Angulo and Brown. Brown with his first goal with the OKC Energy coming tonight in the first 15 minutes of play. Speedo draws the foul.
Good chance here for Sacramento.
Clementa going back to Espino. Recycles to Hall. OKC likes to get things out wide, send it in. We've seen how successful they can be. 5 shots on goal tonight, 2 have converted for scores. Kiffey trying to find a little bit of space, closing is Jose Barril. Dink up over the top, looking for Clementa, he comes to it. Not able to get a good look on it. CJ Cochran making that one big save against Leon Bijev. That's about all the work he's had here too tonight. There's a team ago, Kevin, that was the 3rd best in the Western Conference, allowing just 30 goals on the season. That defensive unit had a little bit changes in the offseason, but here tonight they look pretty good.
Tell you what, some big additions missing, right?
Cody Andrews and Cody Larendi, their captain and goalkeeper. Last time OKC was here, Evan Newton was the goalkeeper for this team. They're going to play on. Espino Out to the right. Quick tap, looking for Ochoa. Ochoa can't get there. Wallace shielding. And last touch, it's going to be... And we're waiting for the call of, as an injured player down. It's Mickey Daly on the turf. And we're still waiting to see if that's going to be a corner kick, and it may be a corner kick for Sacramento, which would be a good chance. A great play from Sammy Ochoa to backheel that back into Anthony Wallace.
Yeah, great little piece of effort right there by Ochoa. Looks like the line's been signaled for a corner. Looks like he's got a bloody nose, Mickey Daly.
And he does. And so they're going to tend to Mickey Daly.
Have to get something done with his shirt as well.
So with that, we can tell you that you can follow live stats and more on the Twitter handle at Sac Republic FC, hashtag SACVOKC. Oklahoma City finished 7th in the Western Conference, but a big win as they beat RGV 3-2 in the first round of the playoffs. They would go on to lose to Vancouver the very next match, but here's a team with 10-7-13 a year ago. They're 10-11-7 this year. And it looks a little skewed from all the way around. You look at the Republic, and they finished 14-6-10. They're 12-8-6, Kevin. A lot of people think they're playing a lot worse. What you have here is the teams above them playing much better this year. And you have the Real Monarchs, you have San Antonio, you have Reno. I think is the hottest team in the league right now.
Yeah, a lot of, you know, the West is a little bit different than the East this year, and different than what we've seen in years past. It's not that Sacramento's playing poor. It's not that there are any struggles or any worries. Obviously, beyond conceding 2 goals in the last 2 weeks within the first minute. He's going to look at this collision here. It looks like Mickey Daly just catches it in the nose. As a fan here, I'd like to see them tend to Mickey Daly off the pitch so we can resume play.
Especially in a corner where Sacramento has struggled. And Kevin, who's the player that needs to step up and start to get these guys focused? If at some point Paul Buckle and the staff, they can't be out there. They can't be one of the 11. So when these mental laps happen, it seems to happen in a great deal of numbers, really since the start of August, and it hasn't stopped. We've seen them on set pieces. We've seen them early in the matches. We've seen them late in the matches, and it's cost this team points.
Yeah, I mean, right now, who's going to step up? I mean, it's got to be some of your veteran guys, your Jeremy Hall, your Dom Jakubek, your Chris Christians, right down the, the spine of this team. Augustine's not very vocal leader, but the 3 guys, Chris Christian, Dom Jakubek, and Jeremy Hall, Emra, Captain Bandon. I mean, someone's got to get a hold of this and let the guys know to start figuring this out, focusing on this. We're 30 minutes into this match so far. And OKC's definitely had the majority of the play.
So it was Angulo in the first minute of play, and then Brown followed up in the 9th minute. His first goal, the Welshman, with a big one here at Papa Murphy's Park. Jose Angulo, though, 9 on the season now to go with his 3 assists. Didn't work out with St. Louis last year and a half. Has seemed to have found his stride in the heartland of this country. And Mickey Daly might be coming out here, and there might be a substitution coming on. Here's the corner kick from Kiffey. Back post, looking for a chance, headed in around the box. Kiffey was going for it. Christian was diving as well. And it'll be a goal kick for for OKC.
Yeah, a couple things to notice here. It looks like that's not a bloody nose by Mickey. It might be actually some sort of face laceration. Talking to the doctors right now. And Mickey could be done. Looks like they might be making a change, actually. So Mickey's day is done, unfortunately for him.
Northern California native, grew up in Sonoma.
And you see also in that situation with the corner kick, OKC did not have players forward. They did not overload that top, the front third. They sat back, obviously, with a man down, being Mickey Daly off the pitch. Yeah, it looks like Mickey Daly's day is done.
So it is Richard Dixon, the Jamaican, who comes in at the center back position, and he may switch over. And Wallace may move inward, and it looks like that's going to be the case. So it'll be Fink and Wallace in the middle and Dixon out to the right. OKC moving forward again, looking for another opportunity, keeps it down on the deck. Sent in. Espino to it. Weiland now. as Highland, who's come up, has been quite a left back position.
Oh, look at this touch.
Key member along the side. Here's Jose Baril. Baril came off the bench against Reno on Wednesday, came in for the injured Cody Andrews. A player that can go all over the field. Bijev looking for a streaking teammate, won't find one. It's OKC again. The counters have been so quick from the visiting side tonight. Alex Dixon down low. Here's Gonzalez with his left foot, now back to his right foot. He'll retreat for a moment as Juan Pablo Guzman will slow things up for OKC. And he just stepped over the touchline. It'll be a throw for the Republic.
Yeah, once again, OKC, look how dangerous they look going forward. Getting in behind once again. Sacramento's back four for probably the 10th time this half.
Sacramento's lineup changing just a bit. Hayden Partain looked to be a scary moment a week ago. Just ended up being a pretty severe high ankle sprain. Fairly swollen, but no structural damage. So good news for Hayden Partain. But going to likely be out for a couple of weeks. A hard step and a foul against OKC. And a quick restart for the Republic. Clement to the right side. Espino, newly signed a week ago. A big goal against Los Dos.
Look at Espino. He wants the ball back. He wants it quickly. I love seeing that from your midfielder.
Republic need to start moving with a purpose. They've been stagnant on the offensive end. Meanwhile, this visiting side has been anything but. Angulo and company have been quick. They've been decisive, and they've got a couple of really good looks on goal tonight. They have 2 goals to show for it. Tracking back, offside goes up. Miguel Gonzalez is called just beyond Jeremy Hall. Miguel Gonzalez had that unbelievable bicycle kick that was in SportsCenter top 10, made international headlines against the Republic early on in the season. Clementa.
A bit lazy there by Emra. Gonna slashing his foot, lashing his foot at the ball. You get your chest over it and follow it towards where you want it to go.
Wiesenfarth, Ochoa up top. In that diamond, Espino at the 10 position. Blackwood, Bijev out right and left, and then Caceres is the holding mid. Kiffy, Christian, Hall, Clementa in the back, along with Dominic Jokerbeck tonight. You talked about that triangle, Kevin, between Espino, Bijev, and Ochoa. We've only seen it really work once tonight.
Yeah, one thing too, we see Blackwood and Espino look like they flipped. To try to change things up a little bit.
Wiesenfarth, who's had trouble creating space.
So what you really want to see, in my opinion, you want Blackwood to get as wide as he can. He's not as effective of a player when he's tucked in my opinion. I think you want him wide, you want him getting a run at people, but Espino, you want Espino to tuck in. You need to get Espino on the ball. As soon as he gets on the ball, it's going to liven up the Ochoas. It's going to liven up the Bijevs there.
They almost put Bijev in the middle there. A little more strength, see what they can do with it. OKC, another quick touch to the left side. Jonathan Brown tonight. Sending it back quickly is Emra Clementa. Shielding Ochoa.
Well done by Ochoa.
There's Espino, back to Bijev.
Just a half a step off.
Just seems
a few of those passes to Bijev.
Seems to be all that way tonight. Ochoa looking forward. It's a deafening silence here at Papa Murphy's Park by the home crowd. Stunned to see another early goal from a visiting club to come in here at Papa Murphy's Park. And Jimmy Nielsen saying it's hard to play bad here. He said, your guys get up for it. Bijev.
I can't fault him for that. I mean, he's got 2 runners going forward. It's like Wiesenfarth's just a little upset with Bijev right there. And I think Wiesenfarth's has a case here. It's a tough ball to play in with the perfect weight to Wiesenfarth, and I don't fault Bijev at this situation. 37, 40 minutes into this match, down 2, and nothing to really speak of. Still like to see him find target.
And a quick update for you score-wise, and teams that are right above Sacramento. Reno winning 3-0 against Portland tonight, and Swope Park beating Colorado Springs 3-1. So no help from above. Sacramento still needing 10 points if they want to end up in the final 8. It's not a sure bet yet. OKC moving forward again. Brown. Blackwood comes to help. Claps from the crowd. Caceres. Clementa has some space out here on the right side. They took advantage against the Los Dos. Short pass, and then angling out left and right. Tonight they've had very little room to work with. In the middle of the field is being pinched heavily by this backside of the OKC defense here, who's done well tonight to keep it scoreless on their end. Meanwhile, the offense has done well for them. Looking for a handball, won't get it. Quick touch. Blackwood looking to cut in. Broken up. Republic are 7-2-4 here at Papa Murphy's Park this season. Clementa, nifty little move. He's going to look for a shot on goal, jumping it over with a chance. Nobody there making a run as it was just cut behind Wiesen, Farth, and Ochoa. And a step off or two was Tyler Blackwood.
Yeah, Clementa there. Fortunate for that ball to get through.
Sacramento looking to catch a break before we go into the halftime. Spino can't get to it. The newcomers, Dixon and company, helping to keep OKC on track as Mickey Daly going out with the apparent issue to his face there. Quick touch by Alex Dixon. Moving forward, Highland. Kiffey. Brown's getting behind him. Kiffey gets a toe to it.
Another ball in behind, Rob. I mean, it's way too easy. Maybe it starts with just putting pressure on the ball, preventing that entry pass. Because right now you're getting really good diagonal runs from Angulo, from Brown, from Dixon, from Gonzalez. And those guys are coming from all angles. They flip themselves as well. They're on opposite sides right now. Brown and Dixon, I'm speaking of here, making it hard for Sacramento to track and keep an eye on some of these guys.
And it was the center back, Sam Fink, who started that. Here's Anthony Wallace. Wallace, the left-footed striker, will do an in-swinger here. Blackwood to the shoulder. Bijev looks to clear. Guzman couldn't control and sends it out of play. Angulo in the first minute, Brown in the 9th. Espino moving forward. Clementa to his right, cutting it back in. To the feet of Caceres now. Starting to spread the defense out. Sacramento finding a little bit of room here in the final moments. Ball sent in hard. Looking for Clementa. Finds Clementa. Clementa with a strike, and it's saved by C.J. Cochran. Clementa with a great look, a toe with his right foot. And C.J. Cochran got his right arm out there and sent it away.
Yeah, the ball falls really nicely for Emery Clementa. Takes a good first touch. Tries to go really with the outside of that right boot to bend it towards the far post. C.J. Cochran gets down to his right and makes a great save.
Ball lofted in. Sacramento with a good look from Bijev, and it's out of play. And the Republic again with a couple of good looks here, Kevin. You feel like one of those go in and it changed the entire momentum here at Papa Murphy's Park.
I'll tell you what, it starts with one. Good look there by Bijev. Bijev gets up, makes himself big. Just can't get enough on it to redirect it in towards that far post. But a good ball in, out swinger by James Kiffey. It's always a good thing when you're connecting, getting your head on it.
OKC does give up goals. Sacramento not out of this yet. You're playing a team like San Antonio, you're really starting to worry at the break, down 2-0, but plenty of time here for the Republic. Tackle missed. Brown moving again.
4v4 here, once again.
Dixon, Richard moving forward. Broken up from behind as Republic will see another corner kick from OKC here in the latter moments of the first half of play.
And one of the big storylines, Rob, was OKC's injuries last week. And we talked to Paul about it for a minute. You mentioned, sometimes it could be a good thing for your side. It's not necessarily a bad thing. You might get some fresh blood in there. You get some guys coming in that want to impress and want to, you know, be a part of the squad, be a part of the team going forward and in the playoffs. And I think tonight we've seen the latter. That's definitely been a spark here for OKC. And no signs of weakness anywhere right now on their side.
Here's Wallace, who was drafted by the New York Red Bulls. Lofts this one with his left foot, a chance. Wiesenfart to clear. Back to OKC now. Lofted back post again. Another chance, a quick flick on. And it's not a go for a Sam Fink.
It's way too easy for OKC right there. First you had Richard Dixon flying across the face of the goal. Unlucky not to get a better contact on the ball, and then Sam Fink on the rebound on the second ball played in does a good job. He gets himself up and just can't redirect it. And you see his frustration right there, and I agree with him. I think it's a decent look for Sam Fink.
It's scary what this score could actually be in the first half, as OKC could have connected on a number of these balls here tonight. We're at 7 good looks for this club. Sacramento has not had an answer. Highland cutting into the middle of the field. Jeremy Hall winning the ball. Clementa moving forward now. Ochoa to it. Baril from behind. Baril goes down, a soft touch. And Apple Chiarella will blow the whistle. And a smart play by Jose Baril.
I agree, smart play. And Jose Baril's actually looked really good in this first half. Really impressed with what he's done. He's done a good job. He's that holding midfielder, breaking up a lot of plays, slowing Sacramento down, and also great entry passes and great involvement with his attacking 4 players in front of him.
He scored last week against Tulsa. And a 2-0 win in OKC. Very good 1v1 player as well. Just 24 years of age, the Spaniard, while not has scoring tonight, has been a key factor in the midfield. And both sides of the ball as well. Bijev looking to turn. Espino, Bijev, a little caught up. Espino able to recover. How quickly that youngster is. Ochoa's gonna have to go back and get it. The 4th official has indicated 4 minutes of Gilmore Services stoppage time. When you need a dependable Sacramento HVAC company, trust Gilmore Heating and Air. Angling ball to Clementa, not there. Here's Baril again. And Espino and company starting to put a little pressure on. Hall's header out of play. And a throw for the OKC Energy. The 3 goals on Wednesday were the 2nd time on the year this OKC team has given up 3 goals. This ball sent in hard, looking for Brown. It was the 2nd time, excuse me, a hat trick had been scored against OKC. The other coming in June. And that was against Louisville. It was Matt Fondy in a 6-2 victory. And again, Kevin, OKC has had their problems defending this year. The Republic aren't making them work very hard for it tonight.
I think they did a good job, I think, just closing players down. There's a big gap between Wiesenfarth and the rest of the Republic, in my opinion, too. You got Sammy Ochoa just playing. There's too much space between the 2 of them. They need to figure out a way to link up better. But I think Wiesenfarth's doing what he needs to do. He needs to spread the pitch. Just needs everyone else behind him to take a step or 2 forward up that line to close that gap.
Dixon throws in. Clementa to come up. Gets it past Alex Dixon. Dixon still at his feet. A little push to Clementa from behind. Clementa not able to, and it's just a little bit of a mess in the midfield. Kiffey looking up. Gonna cut it in between. Slicing. Now he's dicing. Now he's moving up, looking for a teammate. To the left side. Here's Blackwood. Turning. Wiesenfarth. Collision just outside the 18, and a foul will be called against Blackwood in the Republic.
Yeah, Wiesenfarth, poor first touch right there. Sacramento's doing a good job moving the ball forward. Blackwood, just a good little entry pass into Wiesenfarth. Wiesenfarth might be trying to do a little bit too much.
And Sam Fink a little slow to get up. CJ Cochran will take it outside. Cochran making 6 appearances a season ago, went 2-2-2. He filled in for Cody Lorendi earlier in the year when Lorendi was called up to the Puerto Rican men's national team. performed well, allowing just a single goal. Has a clean sheet here tonight against the Republic. Wiesenfarth. Espino wants it in the middle. Espino's now looking to charge forward. Look at the pace from the 20-year-old Mexican national. Looking for Ochoa. He's got room on the right side. Gonna give it a go and nearly went in. Espino with a strike just over the gloves of CJ Cochran, the 20-year-old. Almost made it 2 games and 2 consecutive goals.
Yeah, a little deflection right there. And I love the ambitiousness right there from Espino to feel like I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm a 20-year-old to get a good look right now. Does a good job, battles with Burrell, takes it to his right foot, deflection, and what a wonderful save right there.
How many incredible saves have we seen from goalkeepers on the opposing side? Going up the Republic, nearly make it 2-1. Chris Christian on the head of it. It'll be another corner kick for Sacramento.
Yeah, looks like it takes a couple little deflections right there. Going back to that save by Cochran on Espino's shot. What a great save. The deflection will throw that goalkeeper off a little bit. I think at the end of the day, it ended up helping him by slowing the ball down.
Republic chances are starting to pile up here, Kevin. Can they get one to break through? Kiffey again, end swinger, drilled hard. Republic looking, Cochran gets to it. Blackwood with a high punch. And it's going to be a follow-up by Christian. Handball in the box, no whistle blown. The crowd screams for it, and that will blow the whistle dead for the end of the first half of play. Sacramento with several chances in the last 10 minutes of this one. They can't break through. They've got a lot of work to do in the final 45 as they trail 2-0 here on the CW 31. We'll be right back with your halftime show.
Come on. Come on, Squirt.
Whatever your financial goals are, a U.S. Bank Wealth Management Advisor can help make them a reality. Talk to one today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
How long till halftime? I need
5 minutes.
So, boys, any ideas for a good used car?
Yeah, buy new.
New?
Does used have the technology or the reliability?
That new car smell. Ooh, check that out.
It's NorCal Honda Dealer's new Hondas for All sales event.
The irony.
With deals like this on brand new Hondas, why buy used?
Well, you do make some good points, but...
Let me make it easy. Used or new?
New Hondas for All at your NorCal Honda dealer today.
Papa Murphy's Law of the F word. No, this F word. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us every day. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your bingo. Tonight, home bake a large gourmet delight Tuscan chicken and sausage with fresh spinach, Roma tomatoes, olive oil, and garlic on a crispy, thin crust. Just $10. Papa Murphy's.
Tough first half for Sacramento. They trail 2-0 here at Papa Murphy's Park. Not the start they were hoping for. Let's take a look at our first half highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. Right from the gate again, we saw Ethan Zubak do it with Los Dos a week ago. 10 seconds in, took a little longer, Kevin. 50 seconds in, and it is already Jose Angulo with his 9th goal in the year.
Yeah, 9th goal in the year. Not going to find much easier one this season. Puts himself in a good position. Poor defending by Sacramento, not being up and ready for this game.
Well, then 8 minutes later, it would be OKC to strike again. This time, Jonathan Brown getting his first on the year first with OKC.
Yeah, I think it comes from Angulo once again, driving towards Sacramento, penetrating into the back four, commits a defender, a nice weighted pass outside of Jonathan Brown, and Jonathan Brown does the rest. hammers it home to Dominik Jakobek's far post.
The attack would not subside as OKC again. It's Jonathan Brown striking that far post.
Yeah, trying to sneak one in on the near post. It's a really good job, a great strike, and fortunate for Dominik, his best friend, the post saves the day.
Well, how about Jakobek making another save here? He's just been berated all the first 45.
Yeah, he was busy picking the ball out of his net, but here's a good look here. Dominik Jakobek makes himself big, stays calm, good kick save.
And then Bijev with a shot late here as the momentum started to change a little bit. Sacramento started to get some looks.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's probably the first look. Sacramento got really testing Cochran, you know, late in that first half, but a good look by Bijev, and that's what you want him in there doing, and I like that effort.
And so Sacramento would not able to get one through. CJ Cochran continuing to play well in that first 45, getting his third start just on the year. And Sacramento would give it one more go, Kevin, but it's got to be tough. What if you're saying for Paul Buckle in that locker room, you got to be thinking you got some work to do as we take a look at our first half stats here. And the possession, while back into the favor of the Sacramento, the attack says it all. Is there the shots 9, and there was plenty on target for OKC.
I mean, going back to your question, Rob, what is Paul? I have no idea what Paul's saying in there. This is a tricky one. You go in. I mean, how much can you tell your guys you got to be ready to go in the first moment from the first kick? 2 weeks in a row conceding a goal in the first minute is just unexcusable.
So Sacramento is in a hole. Can they dig themselves out? They need the 3 points. They're currently in 7th place in the Western Conference. It's going to be a tough one against an OKC team that seems to be recharged and ready to go just a few nights after a loss in Reno. But we got more on the halftime show coming up. Don't go away right here on the CW31.
Auto update.
I don't know about you, but if I was entertaining the idea of buying a new car, I would spend about 2.5 seconds trying to decide where to find it.
It's been a very easy process through the whole sales experience. We would come back at any time.
It was totally worth the drive. I came all the way from San Jose, and my salesperson had everything set up. Everything was smooth.
The way my credit's been my whole life, yeah, really good deal.
I got exactly what I wanted. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
This is the new comfort food, grown right here in California, with absolutely no antibiotics ever. A better way to grow, a better way to eat. And it starts with Foster Farms Simply Raised Chicken, California grown with no antibiotics ever.
Who are these people? The energy-conscious people among us say small actions can add up to something humongous. A little thing here, a little thing there, starts to feel like a badge maybe millions can wear. Who are all these caretakers? Advocates too? Turns out, it's Californians. It's me, and it's you. Don't stop now. It's easy to add to the routine. Join Energy Upgrade California and do your thing.
Level up with the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport with automatic emergency braking that could stop for you. Intelligent all-wheel drive. And around view monitor. Wow. Take on today the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport, part of the Rogue family. Lease today, starting at just $159 per month for a limited time.
Papa Murphy's Law of fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables, scratch-made dough, and cheese that's the real deal. Fresh means we don't even bake it. You bake it. Home bake a large gourmet delight Tuscan chicken and sausage. Just $10. Papa Murphy's.
We'll be awarding a USL Pro franchise to the Sacramento, California market.
I'm personally delighted having our first signing of the inaugural season.
Look around you. This is what indomitable means.
We're very excited to announce Kevin Nagel is our lead investor and managing general partner for our efforts to get to Major League Soccer.
I'm humbled, honored, excited to join this club.
We look forward to learning more about the possibilities here for Major League Soccer.
We have come this far because we believe in our fans and we believe in our destiny as an MLS city.
I want to thank the Republic for doing everything that they've done to bring this city to what we expect will be an expansion market very, very soon.
There is no better partner to represent us than the UC Davis Health System.
Soon enough, we'll have opening night for Major League Soccer.
It's time to close the deal, to finish what we started, and let's bring it home.
Here we are, our eyes wide open. We see the road ahead. We're part of something bigger. We're the dreamers, the heroes, the ones who change our communities, build our cities, are passionate about compassion. There are more like you here than unlike you. So take hold and see yourself in the present. See that vision unfold among others. Redefine the possible. Redefine you.
Good day. News, traffic, weather, and this. And this.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. You realize that's my truck. Game.
And this.
It's not weird if Darwin puts his face and mouth on your ears. It's only weird if you like it.
And this.
You guys, the tomato strike is here! Yay! Yay!
Good day. Every morning on CW31.
You each drive a Ford pickup, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you a next generation pickup.
Awesome. Let's do this.
The bed is made of high-strength steel, which is less susceptible to punctures than aluminum.
The stronger, the better.
And best of all, this new truck is actually the current Chevy Silverado.
Current Chevy owners and lessees get a total value of $10,600 or 0% financing for 72 months on this Silverado All-Star. See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
If you like hot dogs but hamburgers too, Wiener Schnitzel's new burgers are just for you. We've got burgers, 4 different burgers.
We kind of always had them, but they're way better now.
New burgers, new burgers, our new flavors. Our new burgers are made the Wiener Schnitzel way. That means they're good. Wiener Schnitzel's burgers are better than ever. Whether you're craving barbecue bacon or blazing guac, our 4 burgers are a mouthful of yum. Only at Wiener Schnitzel.
Well, the road does not get any easier for the Sacramento Republic. Not only in this match, they trailed 2-0, but the upcoming schedule here, let's take a look. It's going to be a very busy week for the Republic. On Wednesday, they host Rio Monarchs, which will be on ESPN3. And then Phoenix on Saturday, which is arguably one of the second or top hottest teams in the Western Conference. And then you've got on the road, Orange County, Colorado Springs, and Reno to close this thing out.
Tough schedule coming down the stretch. And really, if the way things are progressing here tonight, I guess it's a good thing you got a game on Wednesday to forget about this one. 45 minutes left, though.
And let's take a look at OKC now. They're going to host the Los Dos. They are done on the road after tonight, which they only won 2 on the road this year. This would be a good get for them. And then they're going to take Swope and Seattle at home as well to finish out the year. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standing. And Sacramento right now has fallen down into 7th at 42 after Tulsa's win tonight. Swope Park is there, so things started today. They take on Reno. And again, we keep finding ourselves in a situation. They're at San Antonio or Reno, and Sacramento could likely play here. Those are 2 tough places to go.
Yeah, 2 tough places to go, but still, I mean, anywhere in that situation, once you reach the playoffs, you're going to have a tough battle anywhere you go. And Reno, small pitch. San Antonio, great defense. I mean, you know, pick your poison, really, but either way, doesn't matter where you're going to be, you're going to have to play well to win.
And let's take a look at the Eastern Conference here. Cincinnati still hanging around, New York hanging around as well. And you can make an argument, it was much more exciting here in the Western. It's been a lot tougher race between these teams, but I think Louisville might be running away with this. As you got 2 leagues here, or 2 divisions, I'd say, coming together. It's going to be a fun October and into November for both these teams, or it should be both of the divisions here, the conferences. And you look who come out on top, you never quite know. We saw in the West last year, not a single high seed won in the first round.
Right, and really, I mean, the big thing in the West right now is you got the Monarchs. They're kind of struggling a little bit, don't look that great. We've seen a few things, so it's all about peaking at the right time. Looks like obviously the Monarchs are going to potentially could run away with it. They've got some competition actually here with Reno, but who's going to have the most momentum and who's going to put a run of games together over the next 2 months?
And if you look at what's moving forward for Sacramento, Kevin, just getting your thoughts. Heading to the pregame, we talked about potential for a home match. If they don't pick up 3 points here tonight, I think it's going to be a very tough task. We have 5 more to go after that. Not impossible, as Swope Park now is 9 points ahead, but it's going to take Swope and San Antonio to have a little bit of issues. And so you're going to need to see Sacramento not do things like this and give up easy goals.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's at this point, you know, if the game ends as it is right now, I mean, you're going to start the shadow of doubt might creep in, where you start to think of this as a must-win, and your nerves and tension, and becomes a little bit more of a fine line, and you never want to play in those situations where it's must-win to get yourself in a playoffs. I mean, right now, I mean, it's a huge 45 minutes for Sacramento.
And just want to let you know that as a club, a country, and a league, we've all witnessed the devastation that's taken place in Texas, Florida, and now Mexico. Papa Murphy's Park, we are 11,569 strong in each of our matches. Y Republic is matching all donations to American Red Cross up to 11,569. Fans are asked to visit redcross.org/SacRepublic to make their donation. Again, for every dollar donated, Sacramento will match. To learn more about this, go the efforts of Red Rover, a crisis support charity for animals. You can all do that right at the website at sacrepublicfc.com. So let's take a look now to review your Chevy keys to the match for a moment here. Now, you really zeroed in on what the Republic had to do, and it all sort of around defending first, but Kevin, that fell apart pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean Oklahoma City just, I think, dissected Sacramento in that first half, got in behind them way too many times for you to think that you played a good, solid 45 minutes defensively. You obviously scored 2 goals, 1 off the post, a good save by Dominic Jakubek. So, you know, 4 full chances, you've conceded 2 of them at the back of the net. Not going to do it, needs to be better. And we talked about Barrera's replacement. We've been talking about this for a couple months. I think, you know, we've got this addition of Luis Espino, but the guy needs to get the ball at his feet. So, I mean, the first half, I don't think he touched the ball enough, in my opinion, and didn't combine enough with that triangle between him, Bijev, and Ochoa. And then finally, like that final third combination play, just touched on it right now. It hasn't happened enough. The Sacramento has not found themselves in that final third with the ball at the right person's foot at the right time, in my opinion, and it needs to be better. And we'll see what sort of substitutions and changes happen, if any, here for Sacramento. But something needs to change, and I would have loved to have been a little fly on the wall in Paul Buckle's halftime conversation with these guys. I tell you what, something probably needs to shake them a little bit and get them out. And frankly, I'm telling the guys, go out, first 5 minutes, do not concede anything. Go out there strong, solid, win your first tackle, make your first pass correctly, communicate, and it starts in the first 5 minutes.
Well, it looks like there will be a substitution made, and for Sacramento, it will be Elliot Ford, typical right back, and that will move Emra Clemente back to the center back position. Ford will then move out to the right, and then Jeremy Hall will end up moving up, and it means that Agustin Caceres will probably be a little bit more aggressive, but Luis Espino now almost goes back to that 4-1-1.
So now, I mean, we got rid of this diamond theory, but we got also now, it's going to be Ochoa's going to play that point striker, and underneath, hopefully, it's going to be Espino. So this is probably, I like this decision by Paul, and it makes sense to really kind of push a couple more players up the field so there's not that big gap between Wiesenfarth and then the Ochoa line, and then the rest of the Republic 9. So really, hopefully, this pushes some players up the pitch, and it allows Sacramento to play a little bit more deeper in Oklahoma's side.
Hall looking quickly along that right side. It would be a throw for Sacramento. They'll get it in quickly. So each side now using a substitution. Mickey Daly had to go out because of an injury. He was replaced by Richard Dixon. Christian, Republic, trying to move quickly. Kiffy wasn't ready for it. Christian's angling balls have gotten better as the year has progressed. But tonight, Sacramento's going to need to find their shape, find their will, find some energy here. It's been lacking in that first 45. It did look a little bit better in the final 5 minutes. How can they respond? Kiffy goes up high for it. Angulo moving forward again. Gonzalez, it's to the right, it's going to be Brown. Brown chipping it in, back post. Out of play. Sacramento's Donovan Jakubek will watch it sail out.
But once again, you got 4 OKC players running at Sacramento's back 4. And it's a good decision by Jose Angulo to play it out wide to Jonathan Brown. Jonathan Brown just can't get enough bend on that ball to serve a good ball in the box. But we've seen it a few times. 4 Oklahoma City players running at Sacramento's back 4. We got so many of those Oklahoma City players playing high, causing a lot of trouble for Sacramento.
Republic just 5-7-3 when they allowed the first goal. Just one win trailing at the half. Stat they hope to make a little bit better here tonight. Hard angling ball from Clementa, sending it deep. Going to give chase is going to be Kiffey. Dixon will get to it first. Kiffey nearly keeps it in play. A hard tackle and Dixon will go down, and Kiffey may receive a booking here at the very least. A talking to from Vincent Apicciarilla.
Dixon is definitely from behind. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if a caution came out. I think Dixon probably knows what's going to happen, can sense that coming from Kiffey, and probably milks it a little bit. But a pretty dangerous tackle by Kiffey.
Very quiet here at Papa Murphy's Park. Just a little bit stunned from this team. Here in the home stretch toward the postseason, the Republic coming out flat again. Tower Bridge Battalion, the drums are pounding. On the north end of the field here, Sacramento going toward their supporter section. Misplayed by OKC, Elliott Horde. Another error by the Republic. Elliott Horde coming in as a substitution at the break. Horde not necessarily playing bad as well. Paul wanted to change up the shape, give Clement a little bit more room to run along that right side. See if they can create some more offense. It was not the case in that first half of play. Bijev and Clementa each with pretty good looks, as well as Espino, but not able to get it past the paws of CJ Cochran.
You know, I like the decision tactically by Paul. Just now a matter of execution by the guys on the field.
And to make the decision of putting Espino in was not an easy one for Paul Buckle. He saw him in training for a couple of months. Knew what he could do, but he wasn't quite sure if the 20-year-old was ready for the spotlight. And he felt good that week and decided to insert him in the starting lineup against Los Angeles. Didn't think he'd score a goal, but did he play well, and a big factor in that victory. Tonight's been a little bit different case, Kevin. How does a youngster who is not extremely vocal get himself involved here tonight and try to get this team in the back of the net?
I mean, simply put, go find the ball. You don't need to be vocal to go find the ball. Get yourself in good positions with good angles. Get it, give it back. Get it, give it back. Too much air under that.
Dixon's been able to cut off the channels fairly well against the Republic here.
I think OKC's looked really good here. 50 minutes in, I think they've looked strong and solid.
There's Espino looking to move forward. Has a great first touch. Maybe the best on this Republic team. A little shoulder shrug from Christian. Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Nearly 50 minutes gone by. The Republic allowing goals in the first minute to Jose Angulo, and then 8 minutes later to Jonathan Brown. Angulo was our Consolidated Communications matchup player to watch tonight. He has been fantastic, putting pressure on those center backs. Here he is again, just near the ball. Brown there, showing a little strength against Kiffey. There's Delana Kwan, who's going to award it to OKC, but a bad throw in. Now it's Ochoa charging forward, cutting it off is Highland.
You gotta see who that is. Clearly that's Blackwood. Getting ready to put the car in fifth gear and just run up that flank. I'd love to see Ochoa just loft it into the space and let Blackwood stride onto it.
Hall goes down, the whistle will come. Quick restart for the Republic. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait and Rob McAllister here on the CW31 tonight. 2 more home games for the Republic in this regular season. Final 3 on the road in the week and a half left to play in October, and then the playoffs begin. Bijev moving forward. A little heavy of a touch trying to find Espino. The shape has looked good for OKC. Over the top, getting it past Highland this time. Something Republic have not been successful at. Looking to turn the corner. Hall sent in. Cochran can't get to it. Followed by Kiffey. Not quite there. Sacramento blundering an opportunity as Caceres gets it right back in.
No runs in the box. It's one thing I see. A great ball in by Blackwood.
Ball sent in again. Here's Ochoa. Gets ahead to it. Bijev just outside the 18, looking to make a move. Can he find some help? It's Kiffey with a strike and Cochran to his knees.
Good save right there by C.J. Cochran. I want to talk about the play before, too. I mean, Cochran doesn't need to come flying out. Doesn't get penalized for it because he's got his back four there covering for him. But there, easy save for Cochran down to his left. Corrals the ball nicely.
Combination starting to come for Sacramento. Can they turn it into a goal? They're gonna need at least 2 to pick up a point. Jeremy Hall fighting, throws an elbow towards Angulo. Angulo won't get the whistle. But you'd like to see some of that fight from the Republic. It lacked in that first 45.
Yeah, needs something.
Bijev, pressure from behind from Baril. Kiffey, look at the hustle again though. Jonathan Brown, Angulo, and you've seen Baril do it. They continue to put the pressure in the midfield.
I tell you, as a back forward, a defender playing in the back, it's so frustrating to have those guys chase and chase and chase and chase. It makes everything just a little bit harder and just grinds on you. And as a defender also, you love to see your players, your strikers doing that because you know what it means to that back four.
Well, in the rain, a little bit of high altitude, really had an impact on this OKC team. Tonight here in 70-degree weather, they're enjoying this. Caceres finding Espino. Espino's trying to move a little too quickly. Blackwood cuts it back in. Now it's to Espino again. Hall getting the defense to move. They're trying to shift this other side. Kiffey with a great left foot. Caceres has a little bit of room now. OKC starting to sag down. How does Sacramento take advantage here, Kevin?
Espino, Bijev, Ochoa find the ball.
Kiffey, excuse me, that was Christian trying to work it in quickly. Baril. Baril's got a great first touch as well. That Real Madrid Academy.
It's a great decision right there, too, to play that ball out wide.
Hall tries to go quick. OKC looking very poised here tonight. Little back heel, let it through. Caceres. Sacramento needs to get something going on their own. Espino now, a little bit of space. Chipped over the top. Easy play for OKC Highland. Jonathan Brown. Over the top, flag doesn't go up, a chance for OKC, down to his knees, Jakubek.
That's how we see that up here, linesman doesn't.
Seemed like it was going to be a call, there was no flag, no whistle, and they catch a break. OKC not able to get a good look. Dominic Jakubek down to his knees, a Lodi native getting the start for the 3rd consecutive match here. Little space for Caceres. Espino now. Backtracking, Dixon to the left. Hall calling for it. Espino goes in the middle. Now it's to Hall, right foot. Second touch, we'll get it to Kiffey. Kiffey's so good at angling in, looking for a little bit of space, finding Bijev, a little quick touch and go. Kiffey, now Kiffey with an opportunity, bends it away. Had a good look on it, just inside the 18. And Cochran comes up big again, just giving Kiffey a second to think about it longer.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's a good look right there. And you see Bijev after this too, clapping, applauding his players, his teammate right there, James Kiffey coming in. Good combination play between the two of them. It's a tough ball for James Kiffey to hit without pulling it a little bit, just the angle of where it is in front of him. But good combination play, ball into Bijev. Bijev calmly, you see his calm presence out there, is able to connect and not panic and make the right decision to play the ball back to Kiffey.
Ochoa leading it for Blackwood, in stride. Ochoa again, will look over the top for Bijev. Bijev will volley it down. Bijev with a left foot. It's into the Tower Bridge Battalion. Good defending by Richard Dixon as well to throw Bijev off just for a moment. Likely made the difference, keeping this from 2-0 to 2-1.
Good ball. It's a really good ball floated into Bijev. The ball's in the air a long time. A lot of things to think about. Bijev brings it down nicely, just can't put it on target.
Now's your time to secure your seat in the new stadium. Fewer than 500 spots remain for priority seating. 916-307-6100. Don't miss out on a great opportunity to get in early for MLS. And Hoare just sending it up, giving chase, and we may see a substitution for Sacramento, trying to get someone behind that back line. Looks like OKC starting to break down a little bit. How do you find the gaps? It could be a Trevin Caesar with a great opportunity to come into this game and make a difference nearly an hour in. Republic giving up 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of play. They've trailed from behind this entire game, have had good looks at the end of the break, and now here into the second half. Have not been able to convert. Kiffy from Bijev, back to Kiffy. Espino as the safety. Baril goes in hard, good move by Espino to the left side. A little bit of space for Kiffy and company. Dixon breaking it up. And it will be a corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A, the first of the half for the Sacramento Republic.
That's a good job right there by Espino. And let's see what OKC does here defensively. Yeah, they're only putting one guy up top. I think that's a really, really smart play tactically, Jimmy Nielsen, by putting 3 guys up top. He's not doing it right now, but I tell you what, it had me stressed out looking out 3-on-3 in the back.
Kiffy, deep ball, bouncing around. Cochran out of play, and it'll be a corner kick again for the Republic. So Kiffy, with Danny Barrera out because of that leg injury, has taken the corner kicks since number 10's departure. Ball sent in, driven hard, a chance for the Republic, and it's Emra Pimenta with number 3 on the year, and the Republic are back in business.
Oh, that's just some textbook corner kick right there. Great ball, driven in, whipped in with James Kiffy's left foot. And Emra Clementa making that near post run, and it's a pretty easy finish if you get yourself there, just redirect. What a finish. And that's not an easy finish. I take that back, Rob. CJ Cochran's got no chance on this. It's hit with pace, kind of dipping over his head. What a finish by Emra. So you're saying there's a chance. And I mean, this is all it takes is one right now. Momentum should be shifted. Sacramento should have a little bit of wind in their sails now.
For whatever reason, when there's a 2-0 advantage by any club at any level, it seems to be the most dangerous lead. For a fear, teams tend to relax just a second. And right there, we've seen it. Republic building that momentum over the last 20 minutes here, Kevin. It finally comes to fruition. It's the 3rd goal for Clementa on the year, and the biggest one here tonight for Sacramento the fans.
And I also feel like OKC came out just a little bit cautious and tentative out here in the second half. I feel they got the 2-0 lead, and they look to be kind of already trying to save time and kill time a little bit and try to kill the game out. We saw in that corner kick, it's a good chance to break.
30 minutes in, left in this one. Espino to the right. Blackwood stumbling just a bit, trying to work his way in. Highland with a good breakup. And during that celebration, should tell you, Trevin Caesar replaced Sammy Ochoa. And a foul and a whistle blown out on Elliott Horde. But a change of pace now for the Sacramento Republic.
And really, I mean, get back to my point, is it's as soon as you kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit, things change drastically. We saw in that corner kick, Jimmy Nielsen elects not to have his 3 guys playing up top, looking for that counterattack. He brings him back in. That's a cautious, conservative sort of decision, in my opinion. As soon as you take your foot off the gas, teams can smell it sometimes, and it just shifts the entire momentum and allows Sacramento back in this game. And we'll see how Sacramento can react in this following 10 minutes.
It was a library here at Papa Murphy's Park for nearly an hour. That has changed now as the crowd starting to feel the momentum was building, and they just got their first goal as Jokubek goes down, and we do have an injured player. And it might be Kyle Highland.
Just both players going down to the ground. It's like Jeremy Hall, little 50-50 challenge.
Highland's holding his left knee, it appears. Well, the boys in Old Glory Red will be back on the CW31 with Kevin and I as they take on the Phoenix Rising. Saturday, September 30th, final home match of the season. Check sacrepublic.com for local listings. Also, make sure you come out and check out that one. A chance to see some really good players. Sean Wright-Phillips, Didier Drogba could be suiting up here as Phoenix trying to make a run in that final stretch here. But Sacramento, Kevin, how about this goal from James Kiffey, the assist from the corner, and it was Emra Clementa with a ferocious header on it to send to the back of the net.
It's just a really good, and that's timing runs 101. It's a great run to the near post from Emra. Times it nicely. No one's really even following him. OKC tries to come out, but a great whipped ball in by James Kiffey and a good finish by Emra.
OKC maybe making a substitution here as Kyle Highland is up and walking around. It appears to be okay. The 25-year-old from Ohio. Played here last year, worked his way into a starting role. Getting some water now, it appears to be okay. And Sacramento restart, it'll be OKC. A full 11. Kiffey looking to find Straven Caesar over the top, looking for a rebound on his Blackwood. Hall comes up, Hall goes down. And Hall and Gonzalez having a few words as Apple Chiarella, the referee here tonight, talking to each of the teams as things are starting to get a little chippy on both sides.
Chippy is right. Looks like we're making a change here too. OKC.
And say Jose Angulo, who scored the game's first goal in the 50th second of this match, is replaced by number 28 from Poland, Vucic, who typically goes by the name of Woj. So Woj comes in, player of the Indy 11, 23 appearances and 4 goals, alongside Justin Braun a season ago, the former Republic standout. But Sacramento back into this one after a big goal from Emra Clementa. It's 2-1 here at Papa Murphy's Park. Kiffey goes up for it. Hall sends it high into the air.
What a touch.
Blackwood finding Hall. Hall a little bit of trouble. He's got to break it through. Woj finding for a chance for Alex Dixon. Dixon looking to take a turn. Dixon getting caught up from with Clementa. And now it's Elliot Horde who's tracking. And he's trying to work himself into a corner. And he'll pick up a throw instead. Alex Dixon, the pace on number 11 is spectacular. 22-year-old out of Texas. He has been a bright spot for this team tonight.
Tell you what, really impressed with Dixon and also Jonathan Brown.
Ball sent in hard, and it tags the side netting here as the OKC tries to catch Donovan Jacobek off guard.
Yeah, almost on cue. Dixon right there. Little side volley. Strikes it well.
65 minutes have been played here at Papa Murphy's Park. Angulo scored first. He came off the substitute. Jonathan Brown added another in the 9th minute. The Republic finally answered back deep in the second half of play, and a corner kick from Kiffey to Emra Clementa. And Jeremy Hall's got to be a little bit careful. He's throwing a couple of elbows out there tonight. Whistle blown first. But Gonzalez and Angulo catching the strength of Jeremy Hall tonight. Christian moving forward now with his left foot. Quick touch. You see Osuna always looking for a quick touch in a teammate.
Right. I think Sacramento get bailed out right there.
Back to Kiffey, angling in, nearly goes down, stays on his feet. The whistle is finally blown. Playing advantage for the moment, and that's going to go against Jonathan Brown. And Juan Pablo Guzman wants an explanation.
A bit ticky-tack right there, and also I think it's unlucky for OKC as that ball probably came off Sacramento before the throw-in.
I think Kiffey goes down there, it's going to be a whistle much sooner. Sacramento looking to tie it here. They've got the right man over the ball. James Kiffey, 5 assists for the Republic this year. He's second on the team behind Sammy Ochoa. Fans pounding their feet on the metal bleachers at Papa Murphy's Park. A gorgeous night at the capital city. Huge farm to fork celebration taking place in downtown. They'd like to cap it off with a victory here. Lofted high, Cochran going back for it, misplays it. Now he's gonna go outside his box.
Foul call, not sure exactly. Look at it, pretty soft as well right there.
And so it may have been Jeremy Hall into Cochran there.
Cochran just has to be careful coming out. He's come out twice, a little bit recklessly.
Jimmy Nielsen up and standing for this OKC team. After that goal conceded, there's a bit of nervousness coming from the Energy side.
I think it started before that goal and it's continued. I think, you know, they settled nicely since the goal. Made a couple changes to slow things down. But they're still not pressing forward. OKC isn't.
Kiffey looking for Caesar. Caesar looking to get behind Fink. Can Caesar get there? Caesar caught up a little bit. Caesar keeps it in play. Crowd loves it. Blackwood now has it. Kiffey, a little bit of space. Trying to angle in, and he may have earned himself a corner, sending it off of the heel of Miguel Gonzalez. And those are the type of plays that James Kiffey does better than anybody in the USL.
Yeah, James Kiffey's just steady. You know what you're going to get week in and week out.
Corner kick call, driven well. Good chance for Clemente to add another, and it's out into the stands.
Trying to connect on that near post run again. Kiffey and Emra.
Not a bad look. Emra Clemente with that goal surpasses his total from last year, which he had 2 goals before going out with an ACL injury. Clemente making 3 appearances for his Montenegro men's national team this year in qualifying rounds. And Hall just wisely lets Vucic climb all over the top of him. And Vucic hits the turf and Sacramento will take it over.
And Vucic's bringing some energy here.
10-10, that's the deadline for Sacramento Republic season ticket renewals. Don't miss it, don't forget, 916-307-6100. You can also go online, also give you priority for the new MLS stadium in the rail yards. Clemente to Horde. Espino. How quick Espino is, such a great quick first step. Now he's got room, he's gonna rear back and fire looking for Caesar, and CJ Cochran come out to make the play.
Looks like Trevin decides to get off the tracks as that train of CJ Cochran's coming through.
CJ Cochran's made a couple of nice saves tonight. OKC has been also a little bit unlucky in that first half of play. This game is 2-1 though after it's all said and done. Kiffey shielding Brown. Christian going to try to move it quickly. Try to work from that back line. They've been successful with it. Augustin Caceres looking up, finding Caesar. Caesar one touch off the shoulder, colliding with the OKC's Anthony Wallace, and Wallace is holding his arm. And he's going to go down to the turf, and there's a couple of Energy players out on the grass. Crowd doesn't like it. They're either hoping for a call or believe that Wallace is faking a bit. Pretty tough collision either way.
It just looks like he falls on it awkwardly. But really, even before that, it's a good ball in by Augustin Caceres into Trevin Caesar, right into the stride of him. Trevin Caesar has to be better. He's got to bring that ball down. There's no reason for it to hit off his shoulder or collarbone as it did. I mean, that's where he is deadly, getting in behind defenses, and that's a great opportunity for him to do so, to go 1v1 with CJ Cochran.
Well, Jose Barril may have taken one of the chests as he's having a bit trouble breathing. He may have had the wind knocked out of him. So 2 OKC Energy players down. They're both up, and Energy still playing a little bit behind here as they've had some problems watching the Republic deep in their own territory. Now a sloppy touch, and can't understand that one. From Delana Kwan. The throw for the Energy. Hall goes up, gets back down, and now he's up again, and he's going to be okay. Look, quick touch from here. Blackwood moving along that edge. Fink gets to it. Barril's trying to recycle back, and now it's going to give a little chases. Trevin Caesar. Is this the time to pressure if you're Sacramento, Kevin?
I think so. I mean, what chasing a goal, go press. He's got fresh legs. The ball's got to be overhit.
Hall with his weaker left foot. Clementa getting back. Pressure coming from Gonzalez. Miguel Gonzalez, Offensive Player of the Year in college of the Western Athletic Conference while at Seattle University. Very good college player, originally from Mexico. And when he's on the pitch, this team is deadly. 10-7-5. They're 5-0-1 when he scores. Does not have a goal here tonight, but has been effective nonetheless. And what a strong midfield we've seen from these Energy side.
They've looked great tonight. With 4 players up top. Angulo being one of them. Very dynamic.
So Angulo is out. Flag goes up for Gonzalez offside. Vucic, Brown up top, Gonzalez, Guzman, Baril, Dixon. Richard Dixon, Sam Fink, Anthony Wallace, and Kyle Highland along with CJ Cochran for the Energy. It's Caesar, Espino, Hall, Caceres, Blackwood, Bijev, Horde, Clementa, Christian, Kiffey, and Jakubek in for the Republic. OKC has 1 more substitution. The Republic have 2. You're right, 1 as well, as Elliot Horde came in at the break. So each side with 1 substitution left. 73 minutes gone by. The Republic getting a goal by Emerick Clementa here in the second half of play. They need another one to hopefully ensure a point at home. Just 1 win on the year after trailing at the break. Can they dig down deep and find something here in the last 18 minutes? Horde playing with it. Finding Bijev would try to be a little back heel. He'll get the throw instead as it goes out of play.
Bijev's been pretty quiet in the second half.
Working here. Too close, not enough space. OKC though, however, coughing it up, and it could be a corner kick for the Republic, and it is. So it didn't work out to the best intentions of Ian Bijev, but nonetheless, it'll be James Kiffey decides it up again. And for OKC, you've got to be a bit nervous. He strikes a great ball here on the set piece.
Yeah, if you're OKC right now, you got to focus on breaking runs. You can't have a free runner running across the face of the goal like what happened on the goal on Emra's goal a couple minutes ago. You got to work on breaking runs, get a hand on somebody.
Gonzalez trying to rally his team for defense. Kiffey sends it in. 2 OKC players there to head it, but not done quite yet as Emerick Clementa. Back on the Republic. Ball sent in hard from that right side from Kiffey and a weaker right foot. And now we're going to have a little change of pace here as we throw it in. And Clementa or Kiffey will retreat to the other side of the field. Quick throw, Bijev. Bijev looking for someone to make a run. Blackwood was a bit slow as it just dribbled into the arms of CJ Cochran. Nike, the official sponsor of the United Soccer League. Follow NikeSoccer.com. Another substitution likely coming for the Republic here tonight as they try to get 1 more burst going forward in the final 15 minutes. Depending on how much time is at the end, Republic could have a little bit more to work with. But the time is now for the Republic. Keep this momentum going, see if the crowd is something they can work to their advantage. Very quiet in that first half of play, but after that goal, they just erupted here at Papa Murphy's Park.
A lot of people walking around right now. Need movement. You won't have any chance here of moving the ball forward with any success. A lot of Republic players standing around.
Espino lets it go for Hall, wasn't ready. Now a counter for OKC. The wrong decision here could prove deadly for the Republic. Brown, who already has a goal, a big strike, deflected by Agustin Caceres. Jonathan Brown signed with OKC in August. Had a couple of good minutes. And so After 76 minutes, his night is over. It's Tyler Blackwood who'll sprint to the bench. It's Harry Williams from Gentlemen, England, to replace him and see what Harry can do. Harry seems due for a big goal as a substitution, Kevin. It hasn't quite come as Paul Buckles expected it. And a tough throw from OKC as a high ball thrown in to Vucic.
Yeah, just miscommunication there. Vucic's got to know. He's got to take that down with his chest.
Kiffy trying to get it upfield. Little push in the back from Dixon. Republic appealing, won't get it. Dixon, long throw. Can Caesar make a run? Wallace gets there first. Highland able to come to his feet. Miguel Gonzalez, good first touch. He's just outside the 18, lofting it in. Chance for OKC, headed away by Chris Christian.
OKC's doing a really good job of keeping these second balls.
Ball left on the ground. Christian, Espino looking to save it. Kiffy in a little bit of trouble in that corner. Along the touchline it goes, looking for Harry Williams. A little quick touch with the head.
Second balls.
Space for Vucic. Kiffy comes in strong with his shoulder and able to win the ball. Hall's going to move it forward. He's got Bajev off to his right. Now making a nice run is Elliott Horde to his right on the overlap. Dumps it off for Horde, the UC Davis star. Into the middle, Harry Williams, his first touch. At least in the attacking third anyway.
Now movement. So if you're going to be bringing the ball back, guys got to move around.
Still plenty of time for the Republic. Not enough space. Kiffy's got room. Caesar. Christian way up from the center back position. Now it's Hall. Hall's going to look for a go, going to dump it off to Bajev. Bajev with a dink, looking for Hall. Cleared away by Highland. Republic owning possession here tonight as they typically have in this current run of form. Espino to the left side. 1v1 here. And he'll track back as everyone able to recover. Harry Williams stays on his feet. Espino sizing it up, sends a cross in.
No movement from Sacramento. Even there, you got three guys just standing in the box, waiting for Espino to play the ball, and nothing good's gonna happen.
Jose Barril and James Kiffy colliding in the circle.
And Barril going down pretty soft.
Dejan Bajev, USL Team of the Week, after striking the game winner against Los Dos a Saturday ago here at Papa Murphy's Park. Richard Dixon. Throw for OKC. 10 minutes to go here at Papa Murphy's Park. Brown already has a goal tonight. Too heavy of a touch with his left foot. Couldn't bring it down. Goal kick for Sacramento's Dominic Jakubek. And when Luis Espino scored last week, he joined Justin Braun, Adam John, JJ Caval, Mark Sherrod, Wilson Nisha, Sammy Ochoa as players to score in their Republic debut. He has been a bright spot, but not the number of touches we were hoping for from Espino here tonight.
Yeah, he's finding himself on the ball more. You see he's working for it. It's not for lack of effort, which I like to see. He's asking for it a lot. There's too many touches there.
A lot of space. Espino's going to turn in. He's going to try to switch the field. Highland able to get there. Highland with a nice footwork, volleys it down to himself. keeps control along the touchline. Now he's sending it forward. Jakubek's got to make a decision. Gets caught in between the lines there and able to get recovered just in time as OKC can't make a play and Sacramento retains control.
Just a terrible pass, Amra.
And there's a handball out.
Even Dominic right there on that play coming out. Look at Dominic trying to come out, either clear it with his foot. Was fortunate enough to saw he had time to bring it back in the box, but almost slipped coming back in the box. If that happens.
Well, Sacramento is going to have a little bit tougher a task here as you're going to see Jose Baril come out, and it'll be the former Republic player, Chad Bond, who made 14 appearances with the boys in the Old Glory Red. And what this means is a defensive substitution now for the OKC Energy, and things are starting to get a little more compact here in that back side of the field for the Republic. We're going to have a different look here to try to get a goal here in the final moments.
Taylor Brill looked really nice today.
Ball set in. Vucic, a chance for OKC to try to make it 3, and they do. And it's once again Miguel Gonzalez, his 6th goal on the year, and OKC takes a devastating 3-1 advantage.
And that's just, once again, schoolboy stuff. It's just a ball lofted into the box, not taken care of well at all by Sacramento.
The mental lapses, Kevin, on set pieces, out of substitutions, out of the game. And it's been absolutely disheartening to see this in the last final week.
And it's simple. It's just a ball lofted into the box. You've got 2 center backs not covering well enough. Chris Christian, Emer Clemente just gets beat. Woj gets up. He's bigger. He's better in that moment. And no one's covering on that backside. The run across the face. You got your right back, Elliott Horde, probably playing too high. And it's just not, not winning individual battles and not covering. And as a back four, that's just, you're going to be dead in the water 9 times out of 10.
Sacramento with a couple of really good looks here in the second half of play, but Miguel Gonzalez has silenced this crowd and sending them away disappointed.
Too many touches. Too many touches by Augie right there. He's got Bijev check into the ball in a nice little gap, and if you play it on your second or third touch, it allows him to turn and go 1v1 and doesn't let OKC track back and get their shoulders right.
So it was Angulo in the first minute of play. It was Jonathan Brown in the 9th minute. And now with Miguel Gonzalez in the 63rd. Emra Clemente scored on a set piece from the corner, I should say, from James Kiffey to make it 2-1, but the 3 goals for OKC now. And it looks all about out of reach here with about 6 minutes and change to go. Clemente trying to find Caesar up over the top, just not strong enough. Fink, easy play. Down to the feet of Harry Williams. Williams pushed in the back. No whistle blown. Miguel Gonzalez continues to have a night as part of a fantastic midfield. And if OKC goes on to win this, Kevin, it'll be the 6th win when Miguel Gonzalez is able to score a goal.
Move the ball, move it quickly.
Clemente moving forward, finding Horde, who came in as a substitute at the break. Changing things up, it didn't work out well in that first 45. The Republic, though, have had their chances defensively. Things have fallen apart here in the month of August and September. Harry Williams moving forward, goes down in the box. Anthony Wallace comes up with it. And an easy whistle blown. As Emra Clemente not happy with it as Miguel Gonzalez goes down. Gonzalez spending the last 2 years with Colorado Springs, 53 appearances, 16 goals, 9 assists. Doing damage here for OKC, who's fighting to stay in that final 8, and they with a big chance of big 3 points tonight. They would be with 40 points, an inch closer to the Republic. Ball driven hard. Clemente. Espino
Good foul.
If you're OKC, you might as well just try to beat this clock as much as you can.
You're game kill mode. And let's see how Sacramento does here. It's a little bit of a test, a little character test again. Are they going to roll over and die and wait for the final whistle, or are they going to press and push and try to get one back? See what this energy looks like here for the next 5 minutes.
Last time they gave up 3 goals was against Phoenix Rising. It's Christian from distance into the Tower Bridge Battalion it goes. And that was a loss down in Phoenix. The Rising will be back here next Saturday. You're a little worried if you're Republic fans right now.
Got to start to worry. I mean, we're talking about building momentum. Talk about trying to get yourself in good positions for playoffs. You talk about where we are in terms of the top 8 in the West. That trickle of doubt might start coming in if you're not picking up points. I mean, obviously 3 points dropped here tonight. It's going to become more and more of an issue, and every game is going to be more and more pressure filled if you don't start taking care of business here in these next few games.
And it's going down the middle of the park as Jeremy Hall getting into with Miguel Gonzalez, and Hall not letting it go, and Miguel Gonzalez not letting it go either. And both sides will come together in the midfield part of the field.
These guys have been going at it for probably the last 45 minutes. We've seen a couple challenges off the ball between the two of them. A lot of talking. They're face to face for a few seconds there. Still some pushing going on.
And the referee, Vincent Apple-Chiarella, trying to settle things down here between these two sides. And when you get to this point of the year, Kevin, there's such a thing as rivals. Everyone's fighting for a final position, and every point, every play, something's on the line.
Absolutely. Some frustration probably in Sacramento. For Sacramento as well, coming out here, just frustrated with how the game's going, what the result is.
Well, they can take a page right out of the book of OKC here, who got thumped in Reno 3-0 on Wednesday. Came back here, was the better team right out of the gate, and they're going to come away with the 3 goals and probably a victory here tonight. Sacramento with a big match on Wednesday against the Real Monarchs, who have not played well as of late. And then you got Phoenix at home, and then you're on the road for the final 3. So no reason Sacramento can't bounce back and pick up 6 points here in this next week.
Yeah, I'm still watching Jeremy and Gonzalez.
Christian trying to find Caesar. Caesar off his back. Cochran comes out, takes down Caesar, and gobbling it up is C.J. Cochran, who's had a pretty good night filling in for the injured Cody Lorendi.
It's been a few times there where Trevin Caesar's trying to get him behind. He's got to look at the ball. And identify where that is.
All the yellow cards throughout the season are brought to you by McDonald's. Kiffey trying to find Caesar. Caesar being held pretty well by Sam Fink. Espino giving chase.
Still, it's too easy. I mean, Trevin Caesar's got it. You got to figure out a way to put yourself in on the end of that.
Well, the fourth official has indicated 5 minutes of Gilmore Services stoppage time when you need a dependable Sacramento HVAC company. Trust Gilmore Heating and Air. Cochran sending it all the way into the attacking part of the field for OKC. Espino, a little bit of pace. And Bijev trying to turn the corner himself.
Good Jonathan Brown, 90th minute, still tracking back, chasing.
And that's been the difference tonight,
I
Kevin.
agree.
It's been the hustle from the energy that will likely give them a result tonight. Bijev trying to cut it through. Doesn't have much room. Not afraid to turn. Back to Bijev from Caesar. Bijev being pushed off from Miguel Gonzalez. And Bijev sneaks it to the right side. Horde looking for a cross to set in. Here's a chance for Augie. Augie sends it over the bar. The Republic with another good look and just can't convert.
That's a great look right there. Good ball. Great ball out to Elliot Horde, and a good ball in the box. Augustin Caceres is just not Sacramento's night. unable to redirect that down towards the ground or on target.
And Hall will be whistled against Vucic. And Vucic comes up and has something to say. Well, tryouts for the Fall Regional Development Program is coming up this Friday, September 29th. The program is a supplementary training program for ages 8 through 12 designed to give children a dedicated, aspiring, and those who are high-level soccer players an opportunity to receive professional-level coaching and elite training. Learn more at sacrepublic.com/RDP. OKC, their backs against the wall. A loss or a draw here tonight, likely meaning that their chance of reaching the postseason reduces dramatically. They turn the script around and now have a chance to come away with 3 points and just trail the Republic by 2 if they get the win here. Dixon still with the ball moving forward, and Jonathan Brown fighting as well. Dixon finding Woj. Woj with a big strike, deflected by Christian. Spraying it out, and Highland has done a nice job cutting off the lane. A lot of credit to Richard Dixon and Kyle Highland, the left and right back for this club. They've cut off lanes. They've been able to make it very difficult for the Republic, who tried to get it out wide tonight.
I think all the back four for OKC really has done a great job of snuffing all of what Sacramento has out all afternoon, all evening.
You can make a case this is probably one of the best games OKC has played all season long, and that is not something that is rare here at Papa Murphy's Park. Visiting clubs love to come in here and play, and Sacramento at some point is going to have to start to answer to that. Kiffey fighting with Jonathan Brown. Shoveling down in that corner, and it'll be a throw for the Energy.
And also Dixon, we saw it last week with Carlos Gonzalez coming in after an injury. Dixon comes in after an injury and really kind of answered the call, showed he was ready to play.
And a foul is called. And it's going to be the assistant referee, Delana Kwan. And Kiffey standing over Vucic. Tough night here for Sacramento, Kevin. How do you rebound from this?
We got a quick one on Wednesday.
And they're going to try to kill the clock in the corner. The Republic will earn it back. Okay, Steve, fighting till the end here. They want these 3 points, and they know they're going home for the last 3. A good chance to keep themselves in the playoff hunt. Vucic with a little bit of size over the top of Agustin Caceres. Guzman. Sacramento, 42 points on the year and a shove, and that will be the final play of the night. A joyous night for the OKC Energy, who come in on the road, pick up just their 3rd victory away from Oklahoma, and they do it in a fashionable way. A brilliant performance by this team. They take down the Republic 3-1 here at Papa Murphy's Park. Don't go away. We have a full post-game show for you coming up next right here on the CW 31.
Energy connects us to our communities, to each other. As your community-owned electric service, SMUD is committed to clean energy and technology that's good for the environment. That's why we're championing electric vehicles. We're providing a rebate and discounted charging rate when you purchase or lease a new plug-in electric vehicle. Let's connect energy, transportation, and our community. Learn more at smud.org/drive-electric.
Papa Murphy's Law of the F word. No, this F word. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us every day. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, 'cause you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your bingo. Tonight, home bake a large gourmet delight Tuscan chicken and sausage with fresh spinach, Roma tomatoes, olive oil, and garlic on a crispy, thin crust. Just $10. Papa Murphy's.
At US Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. US Bank, the power of possible.
That's a tough one to swallow here at Papa Murphy's Park as Sacramento falls 3-1. Let's take a look at what went right for OKC. And this highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda Dealers. We begin with the first moments of the game, not even a minute in, Kevin, and another strike. Unbelievable. Another goal in that first minute. This time it's Jose Angulo.
Yeah, and Angulo, it's an easy one. It's not even a difficult strike. Last week we saw a wonder strike from 30 yards out. And it's just too easy for Sacramento to be able to concede in the first minute. Once again, just put yourself in a huge hole.
Well, it seemed that they would calm down a little bit, but OKC would not. They would put the pedal down and they would pick up another big goal, and it would come in the 9th minute, and it would be Jonathan Brown, his first professional goal with the USL side, OKC Energy. And then Cochran coming up big again. He was huge again tonight. Made 2 or 3 big saves.
Two really big saves in that first half. One on Clementa, and really also one for Espina. But just a big night for him coming in, filling some shoes.
And then Sacramento would start to pick things up a little bit. You started the momentum change toward the end of that first half of play. And Sacramento, another chance at it. James Kiffey started looking good, had a good look at it, just couldn't get it to go. But on that set piece, we knew Kiffey can always give you a chance when you get back in that corner. And poses the ball perfectly, and just thundering toward the net was Emra Clementa.
A great ball, whipped in nicely, and just a really good finish by Emra. And using the pace of the ball nicely, Emra did. You don't need to have a big movement, a big swing, so to speak. You just got to redirect it towards the back post, and Emra does it nicely.
And OKC scoring that final goal of the night, and it would be Miguel Gonzalez to put the stamp on this one. And OKC just outplayed Sacramento through and through from all 90-plus minutes of this one, no doubt about it. 3-1, they come away with the victory. Let's take a look at our final stats of the night. Sacramento owning possession here, and really toward the end is where they held on the ball a little bit longer. But overall, the better looks came from the visiting side.
Yeah, better looks, I think, top to bottom. OKC was a better team tonight, deserved the 3 points. Sacramento's got some stuff to go back to the drawing board and think about. Quick turnaround here with a game on Wednesday.
All right, let's take a look now at our Papa Murphy's man of the match.
Man of the match for me, Emra. Emra Clementa gets the goal, wonderful finish. You know, I think it's a tough pick across the board of who's going to be the man of match when you come out with a 3-1 defeat and such a sloppy performance by Sacramento. But you know what, you get a goal, you're going to be man of match.
So Emra Clementa with his best performance on the year with 3 goals, and so he will at least surpass his season total from a year ago, 2. And let's take a look at our Zoom image of the match, and it was all celebration. There's still a chance of hope at that moment in time as the Republic started to play well, and Emra Clementa was getting things going as part of a key portion of that second half of play, but it all came to a crashing end fairly quickly. Well, Wednesday, September 27th, the Real Monarchs, 7:30 will be on USL channel. There'll be ESPN 3, and it will be the USL broadcast for that one. We'll be back with you on Saturday, so don't forget that and come out and support this club. They're making a final run to the postseason. Not the result Sacramento was hoping for. The Republic fans and the team are going to be disappointed with this one here, as it's a tough one as this club loses 3-1 to OKC. I want to thank our entire crew behind the scenes. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Saturday against the Phoenix Rising right here on the CW31.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast,